Everyone looks forward to growing older, hoping to enjoy the golden years of life. But have you ever wondered if aging is really just about relaxation and joy? The truth is, growing older comes with changes that not everyone talks about, and sometimes, we're not fully prepared for them. While we often hear about the perks of getting older, more time with family, hobbies, and a slower pace of life, there are also some challenges that come with it that people rarely mention. Things like forgetting names, feeling exhausted after simple tasks, or even changes in your body that make you feel like you're not quite yourself anymore. But here's the good news, these are common issues that most seniors face, and there are ways to manage them and make life easier. In this video, we're going to dive into 12 uncomfortable truths about aging that no one really talks about, and most importantly, I'll share practical strategies to help you handle these changes with ease and confidence. Aging isn't a battle, it's a journey, and together, we can make that journey more comfortable and fulfilling. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore some helpful tips to stay healthy, confident, and empowered in every stage of life. If you're ready to learn how to navigate the changes that come with aging, don't miss this video. Let's get started. 1. Forgetting names and important details, a reality of aging we don't talk about. As we age, one of the common challenges that many people face is forgetting names and important details. This can be an uncomfortable and even embarrassing experience, especially when you run into someone you've known for years but can't recall their name immediately. However, this is a normal part of the aging process, and many people experience it. Let me share a story about Sarah, a friend of mine. Sarah is a very friendly and outgoing person, always involved in social activities, and she's very thoughtful with her family and friends. But recently, she began facing an issue she never imagined she would, forgetting the names of longtime acquaintances. Once, at a party, Sarah ran into Emily, a friend she had known for over 20 years. They had shared many good times together, but when they met again at the event, Sarah couldn't recall Emily's name right away. That moment felt awkward for Sarah, and she began worrying about whether this was a sign of something more serious. This feeling is completely natural and happens to many people as we age. According to experts, as we grow older, certain brain processes slow down, and this can affect how we remember things. Our brains take more time to process new information, and it's harder to recall details like names. This decline in cognitive function is a normal part of aging, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're losing your mental sharpness. I recall a conversation I had with a neurologist, who explained, forgetting names or small details is not a sign of dementia or Alzheimer's disease. It's often just the result of the natural aging process. This is an important reminder that not every change in the body is a cause for concern. So, how can we deal with this issue in a way that minimizes frustration? Here are a few strategies I've found helpful for people in this situation. Write it down. One of the most effective ways to deal with forgetfulness is by writing things down. For example, after meeting someone, try jotting down their name or something important about them in your phone or a notebook. This can help you refresh your memory when you need it. Use technology to help. We live in a time when technology can be a great aid. You can set reminders on your phone to help you remember names or important events. You could even take a photo of someone you've just met and add notes to it. This way, you'll have a visual and written reminder that you can refer to. Don't be afraid to ask again. If you forget someone's name, don't be afraid to ask them again. Most people will understand, and it shows that you care about making a connection with them. It's a small step, but it can help alleviate the stress and discomfort that comes with these lapses. Focus on meaningful connections, instead of getting caught up in forgetting the little things. Try focusing on building deeper, more meaningful relationships. Share stories, memories, and experiences with those who matter to you. Creating strong connections can help your memories stay sharp, and the more memorable the experience, the easier it is to recall. Accept it and don't blame yourself. The most important thing is to accept that forgetting names or details is a natural part of aging. You don't need to be perfect, and you shouldn't feel guilty about it. We all forget things sometimes, and what matters is how we handle it and continue to live our lives to the fullest. We can't control the aging process, but we can control how we respond to the changes it brings. Remember, forgetting a name or detail doesn't make you any less sharp or capable. It's just a normal part of life, and if you ever find yourself in a similar situation, take a deep breath, don't worry too much, and always look for ways to help yourself stay organized and proactive. 2. Dealing with sudden exhaustion, a challenge of aging. As we age, many people start to feel more tired after simple tasks, like cooking or walking around the house. Sarah, a friend of mine, has faced this issue as well. She's always been an active person, but recently, she's been feeling exhausted even after doing very routine tasks. This has left her feeling frustrated and worried. This sudden exhaustion is a common issue for seniors, and it can be quite a challenge. In fact, changes in the body with age, such as reduced stamina, slower metabolism, and age-related health conditions, can contribute to this feeling of fatigue. Ways to combat sudden exhaustion. Pace yourself. Sarah learned to break down her tasks throughout the day. Instead of doing everything at once, she divides her tasks into smaller chunks to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Take regular breaks. Resting at the right time helps recharge energy. Taking a few minutes to rest between tasks allows the body to recover and prevents excessive fatigue. Stay hydrated. Dehydration can lead to fatigue. Sarah made it a habit to drink water regularly to maintain her energy. Eat smaller, balanced meals. Eating smaller meals throughout the day helps maintain energy levels without feeling drained. Her diet includes plenty of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Listen to your body. If she feels the need to rest, Sarah listens to her body. She realized that resting when necessary is a great way to maintain her health and energy. One of my patients, Mr. Thompson, also faced sudden exhaustion. He loved outdoor activities, but as he aged, he started feeling fatigued quickly. After adjusting his diet, staying hydrated, and improving his sleep, he gradually started feeling better. Despite the fatigue, Sarah and Mr. Thompson both found that maintaining light physical activity was crucial. Walking, yoga, and gentle exercises help keep muscles strong and improve stamina. Fatigue is a natural part of aging, but there are many ways to manage it. Breaking tasks into smaller parts, resting properly, and maintaining a healthy diet will help you stay energized and continue enjoying life. 3. Unexpected weight gain, a common issue in aging. As we age, many seniors notice that they gain weight, even if their lifestyle hasn't changed much. Sarah is one of them. She's always stayed active, but recently, despite maintaining her usual routine, she started noticing weight creeping up, especially around her midsection. This was frustrating for her, and she couldn't understand why it was happening. Weight gain is common with aging, and it's largely due to a slower metabolism. As we get older, our bodies burn fewer calories, and we often lose muscle mass, which means less energy is used even when we're active. However, this doesn't mean you're stuck with it. How to manage weight gain? Focus on a balanced diet. Even though Sarah was active, her metabolism had slowed. She started being more mindful of what she ate, focusing on nutrient-dense foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. She also paid attention to portion sizes, which made a big difference. Stay active, but adapt. While intense workouts might not be as easy as they once were, light activities like walking, swimming, or yoga can still help maintain muscle mass and keep metabolism active. Strength training is also important to preserve muscle, as it helps burn calories even at rest. Avoid overeating. Eating smaller, more frequent meals instead of large ones can help keep energy levels steady and prevent overeating, which is common as the body's needs change. A friend of mine, Mr. Davis, struggled with the same issue. He loved biking but found it harder to keep the weight off. After adjusting his diet to focus on smaller, balanced meals and incorporating more strength training into his routine, he began to feel more in control of his weight. It wasn't about perfection, but finding the right balance for his body. Unexpected weight gain is a natural part of aging, but it doesn't have to be a problem. By adjusting your diet, staying active in ways that work for you, and being mindful of your portion sizes, you can manage weight gain and maintain a healthy lifestyle. It's all about making small, consistent changes and finding what works best for your body. 4. Frequent doctor visits, a part of aging, not a burden. As we get older, it's common to find ourselves making more frequent trips to the doctor. Sarah noticed that she was visiting her doctor much more often than she used to, whether it was for routine checkups, blood tests, or to manage minor health issues. At first, it felt overwhelming, and she wondered why these appointments seemed to increase as she aged. While more doctor visits can seem like a hassle, they are actually a sign that you're staying proactive about your health. Regular checkups help catch potential health issues early before they become serious, which is key to staying healthy as we age. How to manage frequent doctor visits. Keep track of appointments. One of the best ways to stay on top of doctor visits is to keep a health calendar. Sarah started writing down all her appointments and setting reminders on her phone. This simple habit helped her stay organized and ensure she never missed a checkup. Create a medical journal. Another helpful tool is keeping a journal where you track symptoms, medications, and any questions you might have for your doctor. This journal can serve as a valuable resource during visits and make you feel more in control of your health. Understand the importance of regular checkups. Rather than feeling stressed about these visits, Sarah began to see them as an opportunity to stay ahead of potential issues. Regular screenings for things like blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes help ensure that everything is under control and that small issues are addressed before they become bigger problems. One of my patients, Mrs. Clark, used to dread doctor visits. She felt like they were interrupting her life. But after realizing that these appointments helped her stay healthy, she started looking forward to them as a way to take better care of herself. She felt empowered knowing that she was being proactive about her health. Frequent doctor visits may seem like a lot, but they are an essential part of aging. By staying on top of your health through regular checkups, you're taking an important step in preventing more serious issues down the road. With a little organization and a proactive mindset, managing doctor visits can become an easier and more manageable part of your routine. 5. Declining focus and memory. How to keep your mind sharp. As we age, it's common to experience a decline in memory and focus. Sarah began noticing this when she tried to read a book, something she once loved, but now found herself getting distracted after only a few minutes. Tasks that used to be second nature now felt like a challenge. This was frustrating for her, and she worried about how aging might affect her mental sharpness. It's normal to experience these changes. As we get older, our brains process information more slowly, and it can become harder to concentrate or recall details. But the good news is, there are plenty of ways to keep the mind sharp and maintain cognitive function as we age. How to improve focus and memory. Engage in mental exercises. To keep the brain active, Sarah started doing puzzles and playing word games, which are great for improving memory and focus. Activities that challenge the brain, like crossword puzzles or even learning a new language, can help keep your mind sharp and improve cognitive abilities. Read in short bursts. Instead of trying to read for long stretches, Sarah began reading in short, focused sessions. She broke her reading into smaller parts, which helped her stay engaged without feeling frustrated. If concentration is difficult, starting with shorter reading sessions is a great way to keep your brain active. Learn something new. One of the best ways to challenge your brain is to learn something new. Sarah took up gardening as a hobby, which not only kept her mentally engaged but also gave her a sense of accomplishment. Trying new activities, such as picking up an instrument or taking up a creative hobby, can help create new neural connections in the brain. Maintain physical health. Good physical health is closely tied to cognitive function. Sarah found that regular exercise, a balanced diet, and quality sleep helped her improve both her physical and mental well-being. When the body is well taken care of, the brain benefits too. A friend of mine, Mr. Reynolds, was struggling with focus issues. He loved playing the piano but found it harder to concentrate on music as he got older. He started taking up short, daily music practice sessions and also engaged in activities like crossword puzzles and reading. Gradually, his focus and memory improved, and he felt more mentally sharp. Memory and focus can naturally decline as we age, but there are many ways to keep the brain engaged and maintain cognitive function. By doing mental exercises, reading in shorter sessions, learning new skills, and taking care of your physical health, you can help keep your mind sharp. Remember, staying active both mentally and physically will support your brain health for years to come. 6. Loneliness and social isolation. Staying connected as we age. As we grow older, it's common for our social circles to shrink. Sarah noticed that many of her close friends had moved away or sadly passed on. What used to be regular coffee dates and afternoon walks now felt like distant memories. She began feeling more isolated, and this loneliness was something many older adults could relate to. Loneliness is a common struggle for many seniors, especially when mobility becomes limited or social activities become less frequent. However, maintaining social connections is crucial for emotional health and overall well-being. The good news is that there are ways to combat loneliness, even when physical or social barriers arise. How to stay socially connected. Join senior groups or community events. One of the best ways to stay connected is by joining local groups or participating in community events. Sarah found a gardening club in her area, and it gave her the opportunity to meet new people while doing something she loved. Many communities offer activities like book clubs, cooking classes, or social gatherings specifically for older adults. Stay connected online. If getting out is difficult, online communities are a great alternative. Sarah joined a few online groups where she could chat with others who shared her interests. Social media platforms like Facebook or forums dedicated to hobbies can provide a sense of connection and reduce feelings of isolation. Reach out to family and friends. Even if you can't see them in person, keeping in touch with family and friends through phone calls or video chats can make a big difference. Sarah started calling her children more often and even set up weekly video chats to catch up with loved ones. These small, consistent interactions helped her feel less alone. Volunteer or help others. Volunteering can provide a sense of purpose and allow you to meet new people. Whether it's helping at a local food bank or offering assistance at a community event, volunteering gives you the opportunity to connect with others while contributing to your community. A dear friend of mine, Mrs. Jacobs, began feeling increasingly lonely after her friends moved away. She joined a local book club and also started volunteering at a community center. Through these activities, she not only met new friends but also felt a renewed sense of purpose. Loneliness can creep in as we age, but it doesn't have to define our experience. Staying socially active, whether through joining groups, staying in touch online, or volunteering, can help us maintain meaningful connections. It's never too late to make new friends, and even small, consistent efforts to stay socially engaged can make a huge difference in emotional health and well-being. Let's continue to support each other in building meaningful relationships as we grow older. 7. Declining mobility. How to stay active and maintain movement. As we age, many people experience a decline in mobility. Simple activities like walking around the block or bending down to tie shoes can suddenly become more difficult. Sarah noticed this change as well. What used to be effortless now felt like a struggle. Everyday tasks, which she once completed with ease, were becoming physically taxing, and it left her feeling discouraged. This decline in mobility is a common challenge among seniors, but the good news is that with the right strategies, it's possible to maintain or even improve mobility as we get older. It all comes down to staying active and finding exercises that work for your body. How to improve mobility. Regular stretching. One of the best ways to maintain flexibility and mobility is by incorporating stretching into your daily routine. Sarah found that gentle stretches help keep her joints and muscles flexible, allowing her to move more freely. Stretching for just a few minutes each day can make a big difference in your range of motion and overall mobility. Strength training. While stretching is important, strength training is equally essential. Strength exercises help maintain muscle mass, which is crucial for balance and stability. Sarah started doing lightweight lifting exercises, focusing on her legs and core, which improved her posture and made it easier for her to move around. Low-impact exercises. Exercising doesn't have to be intense to be effective. Low-impact exercises like walking, swimming, or yoga are great options for seniors. These exercises help improve strength, flexibility, and balance without putting too much strain on the joints. Sarah began walking daily and took up water aerobics, which were gentle on her body but still effective in keeping her active. Focus on balance. Balance becomes more important as we age, as it can help prevent falls. Incorporating balance exercises into your routine can strengthen the muscles that help stabilize your body. Simple exercises like standing on one leg or doing heel-to-toe walks can be done at home and improve your balance over time. One of my patients, Mr. Williams, had difficulty moving around as he got older. He felt frustrated by the decline in his mobility, but with consistent stretching and a mix of low-impact exercises like walking and swimming, he saw significant improvement. His energy levels increased, and he was able to move more freely without discomfort. Declining mobility doesn't have to mean the end of an active life. By incorporating stretching, strength training, low-impact exercises, and balance activities, you can maintain or even improve your mobility as you age. It's about finding what works for your body and making movement a regular part of your day. Staying active is key to feeling good and living independently for as long as possible. 8. Sleep issues, improving rest as we age. As we get older, many people find that sleep becomes harder to come by. Sarah used to sleep soundly through the night, but recently, she's been waking up in the middle of the night and struggling to get back to sleep. This has left her feeling tired during the day and frustrated that her once reliable sleep routine has changed. Sleep disturbances are a common issue for seniors, and they can be caused by a variety of factors, including hormonal changes, stress, or even physical discomfort. However, with the right strategies, it's possible to improve sleep quality and get a restful night's sleep. How to improve sleep quality. Create a consistent bedtime routine. One of the first steps Sarah took to improve her sleep was establishing a consistent bedtime routine. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate the body's internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Limit caffeine and alcohol. Both caffeine and alcohol can interfere with sleep, especially if consumed too close to bedtime. Sarah started limiting her caffeine intake in the afternoon and evening, and she noticed a difference in how easily she was able to fall asleep at night. Relaxation techniques before bed. To help calm her mind before sleep, Sarah began practicing relaxation techniques, such as deep breathing and light stretching. These activities can help reduce stress and signal to the body that it's time to unwind. Create a sleep-friendly environment. A comfortable sleep environment is crucial for quality rest. Sarah made sure her bedroom was cool, dark, and quiet, with no distractions like electronics or bright lights. She also invested in a more supportive mattress, which made a big difference in her overall comfort. Don't worry about sleep. Sometimes, the stress of trying to fall asleep can make it even harder. Sarah learned not to stress when she couldn't sleep. Instead, she focused on relaxing and not worrying about getting a full night's rest. This helped reduce anxiety and allowed her to fall asleep more easily. A friend of mine, Mr. Green, struggled with sleep for years. After discussing his issues with his doctor, he began incorporating a bedtime routine, reducing his caffeine intake, and practicing meditation before bed. Over time, he found that his sleep improved significantly, and he felt more rested during the day. Sleep issues are a natural part of aging, but they don't have to control your life. By creating a consistent bedtime routine, limiting stimulants, practicing relaxation techniques, and adjusting your sleep environment, you can improve your sleep quality. Sleep is essential for physical and mental well-being, and making small adjustments can lead to more restful nights and energized days. Remember, it's all about finding what works best for your body and making rest a priority. 9. Changes in vision and hearing, staying connected to the world around you. As we age, many people experience changes in their vision and hearing. Sarah noticed this herself when she began having trouble reading small print even with her glasses and found it increasingly difficult to follow conversations in noisy environments. This can be frustrating, especially for someone like Sarah, who's always valued staying engaged with the world around her. Declining vision and hearing are common as we get older. However, there are ways to adapt and maintain a high quality of life. With the right tools and strategies, you can continue to stay connected to your environment and those around you. How to manage changes in vision and hearing. Regular eye and hearing exams. One of the most important steps is to have regular eye and hearing exams. Sarah made sure to schedule annual eye check UPS to monitor any changes in her vision. For hearing, she saw an audiologist, who recommended using hearing aids, which made a world of difference in helping her hear clearly again. Update your glasses or hearing aids. If your vision or hearing changes, it's essential to get the right equipment. Sarah got her glasses prescription updated regularly, which helped her read more comfortably. For her hearing, she started using hearing aids, which improved her ability to follow conversations, especially in crowded places. Use assistive devices. There are many assistive devices available today that can help with both vision and hearing. Large print books, screen magnifiers, and audiobooks are great tools for those with vision problems. For hearing, there are devices like amplified telephones or TV listening systems that can make a huge difference in staying engaged. Create a supportive environment. Creating a space that supports your vision and hearing needs is key. Sarah made sure her home was well lit and free of distractions when reading or watching TV. At social gatherings, she made sure to sit in places where she could see and hear better, ensuring she stayed connected with the conversation. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're having difficulty with vision or hearing, don't hesitate to ask for help. Whether it's someone reading instructions or helping you adjust the TV volume, it's important to accept assistance and stay active in conversations. I have a patient, Mrs. Martinez, who struggled with both vision and hearing loss as she aged. She found that investing in high-quality glasses and hearing aids transformed her daily life. With her hearing aids, she was able to enjoy conversations again, and with her glasses, she could read without strain. She also made sure her home was well lit and organized in a way that made it easier for her to navigate. Vision and hearing changes are a natural part of aging, but they don't have to isolate you from the world. Regular check UPS, updated glasses, or hearing aids, and the use of assistive devices can help maintain your connection to your environment and loved ones. Don't be afraid to ask for help when needed, and take the steps to create a supportive environment that works for you. Aging doesn't mean giving up on your senses, it's about adapting and finding solutions that allow you to stay engaged with the world around you. 10. Increased sensitivity to temperature, finding comfort in changing seasons. As we get older, our bodies become less efficient at regulating temperature. Sarah noticed this change when what used to be a comfortable temperature now felt unbearable. Whether it was the intense heat during the summer or the chill of winter, Sarah found herself becoming much more sensitive to temperature extremes than she ever had before. This change was unexpected and sometimes frustrating, but it's something many seniors experience as they age. Increased sensitivity to temperature is a common part of aging. As our bodies lose some of their ability to adapt to extreme heat or cold, it can be harder to stay comfortable. However, with the right strategies, it's possible to manage this change and stay comfortable year-round. How to manage temperature sensitivity? Dress in layers. One of the best ways to stay comfortable in fluctuating temperatures is by dressing in layers. Sarah learned that wearing several layers of clothing allowed her to adjust her outfit throughout the day, depending on how hot or cold it got. Layering helps you regulate your body temperature without needing to change your entire outfit. Choose breathable fabrics for warm weather. During hot weather, Sarah started opting for light, breathable fabrics like cotton and linen. These materials help keep your body cool by allowing air to flow through them, which helps prevent overheating and discomfort. Use extra warmth in cold weather. For colder days, Sarah learned to embrace the comfort of warm fabrics like wool or fleece. She also began using a heating pad to keep warm in the evenings, which made a significant difference in staying cozy during the winter months. Adjust your home environment. It's also important to make adjustments to your home environment. Sarah invested in a fan for summer and a space heater for winter. At night, she used an extra blanket for added warmth during the colder months and kept her home cool during hot weather to avoid overheating. Stay hydrated. Dehydration can make temperature sensitivity worse, especially in hot weather. Sarah made it a point to drink plenty of water throughout the day, which helped keep her body regulated and her energy levels up. A close friend of mine, Mr. Roberts, started noticing his sensitivity to temperature as he aged. He struggled to find comfort during the summer and winter months. After trying several strategies, he found that layering his clothes, using fans and space heaters, and staying hydrated helped him manage his temperature sensitivity. He also started using moisture-wicking fabrics in the summer and found they made a huge difference in his comfort. Temperature sensitivity is a common change as we age, but it's manageable with the right strategies. By dressing in layers, choosing the right fabrics, adjusting your home environment, and staying hydrated, you can stay comfortable no matter the season. Remember, it's about making small changes to help your body adapt and ensuring that you're as comfortable as possible throughout the year. Aging may bring changes, but with the right approach, you can continue to enjoy the seasons without discomfort. 11. Grumpiness or shorter temper, managing mood changes as we age. As we age, many of us notice that our patience can wear thinner, and we might get irritated or frustrated more easily. Sarah started noticing this change when small inconveniences, like a delayed delivery or a missed appointment, made her feel upset in a way she hadn't before. What used to roll off her back now felt like a bigger issue, and this change in mood left her feeling unsettled. This shift in mood is a common experience for many seniors, and it's often related to hormonal changes, stress, or even the frustration of dealing with the challenges of aging. However, the good news is that with a few simple strategies, it's possible to manage these mood changes and maintain a sense of calm and balance. How to manage mood changes. Practice deep breathing. When Sarah felt irritation building up, she learned to take a few deep breaths. Inhaling slowly, holding for a few seconds, and then exhaling gently helped calm her nervous system and gave her time to regroup. Deep breathing can be a powerful tool for managing stress and regaining emotional balance. Mindfulness and self-reflection. Mindfulness is about paying attention to your emotions without judgment. Sarah started checking in with herself throughout the day, asking herself why she felt a certain way and what might be triggering her emotions. This self-awareness allowed her to respond to situations more calmly rather than reacting impulsively. Focus on gratitude. Another technique Sarah found helpful was focusing on gratitude. At the end of each day, she listed a few things she was thankful for. It could be as simple as a delicious meal or a kind gesture from a friend. Focusing on the positive helped shift her mindset and made it easier to stay calm during frustrating moments. Give yourself permission to rest. Sometimes, grumpiness and irritability stem from being overworked or overwhelmed. Sarah found that when she was able to rest and recharge, her mood improved. Whether it was a short nap, taking a break from tasks, or spending time in nature, allowing herself to relax helped her reset her mood. I had a patient, Mrs. Allen, who struggled with irritability due to the stress of caring for her elderly husband. She noticed that small things, like a phone call that went wrong or misplacing her keys, would trigger her frustration. After practicing deep breathing and gratitude exercises, she found that her mood improved, and she was able to respond to stressful situations with more patience and calm. It's completely normal to experience mood changes as we age, but it doesn't have to control your life. By practicing deep breathing, mindfulness, focusing on gratitude, and giving yourself time to rest, you can better manage irritability and maintain a balanced emotional state. Aging comes with its challenges, but with a few simple strategies, we can navigate them with greater calm and peace of mind. 12. Loss of independence, embracing help without losing your sense of self. As we age, one of the toughest challenges many of us face is the loss of independence. Sarah has always prided herself on being self-sufficient. She loved doing things on her own, whether it was running errands, maintaining her home, or taking care of herself. But recently, she found herself needing help with simple tasks that she used to do effortlessly, like grocery shopping or cleaning. At first, she was hesitant to accept help, feeling like it meant she was losing her independence. The truth is, needing help doesn't mean losing your independence. It's simply about adjusting to the changes that come with aging. Asking for assistance when necessary is a part of adapting to life's changes and can actually improve your quality of life by allowing you to focus on what truly matters. How to embrace help without losing your independence. Recognize that asking for help is empowering. Sarah initially felt like asking for help was a sign of weakness, but she soon realized that it actually gave her more energy to focus on the things that mattered most. By accepting help with certain tasks, she could maintain her energy and continue doing the things she loved. like spending time with her family or enjoying her hobbies. Delegate tasks when needed. Instead of trying to do everything herself, Sarah started delegating tasks. She asked her daughter to help her with grocery shopping and hired a cleaning service to assist with more strenuous housework. This allowed her to conserve her energy for the things she truly enjoyed and made her feel less overwhelmed. Focus on the things you can do. Although Sarah had to accept help with some tasks, she still made sure to focus on what she could do. She continued taking short walks, doing light gardening, and spending time with friends. It's important to remember that independence isn't about doing everything alone, it's about finding the right balance between accepting help and maintaining your own sense of purpose. Stay open to new forms of independence. As Sarah embraced help in some areas, she also discovered new ways to stay independent. She started using technology, like grocery delivery services and online banking, which gave her more control over her day-to-day life without exhausting herself. A close friend of mine, Mr. Johnson, was very resistant to accepting help after he retired. He was used to doing everything himself. But when his arthritis made it difficult to mow the lawn, he finally accepted help from his neighbor. Over time, he realized that accepting help didn't diminish his strength, it allowed him to keep his energy for other activities that were more enjoyable. Loss of independence can be difficult, but it doesn't mean the end of living a fulfilling life. Accepting help when needed is a natural part of aging and can help you maintain your energy and focus on what truly matters. Remember, true independence is about adapting and finding ways to live life to the fullest, even with support. Embrace help as a tool to live more comfortably, and continue doing what you love, without feeling like you've lost your independence. Aging doesn't have to be a scary or overwhelming experience. Sure, there are changes along the way, some unexpected, some challenging, but each one is a part of the beautiful journey we're all on. The key is embracing these changes with confidence, knowing that there are simple strategies and solutions to help us adapt and continue living life to the fullest. As we've seen today, aging may bring challenges, but it also brings wisdom, growth, and the opportunity to live more authentically. From handling memory lapses to managing fatigue and staying socially connected, there are countless ways to navigate the ups and downs of aging and make the most of every moment. Remember, you're not alone in this. Many others are walking the same path, and with the right mindset and support, we can all thrive at every stage of life. So, don't be afraid to ask for help when needed, embrace the changes, and celebrate the wisdom that comes with getting older. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to share them with others who might need them. And if you want more practical advice on navigating aging with grace and confidence, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more. The best chapters of life are still ahead of you.